listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Saturday, October 14th, 2023. How are we? Good. It is the weekend. We're right in the throes of the middle of it. And I hope you're enjoying Major League Baseball playoffs, the National Hockey League, football, college football. Everything's happening at one time. I'm in dog heaven. I am like a kid in a candy store when it comes to Sporticus. But tonight, we're here. And for all those who don't know what a researcher is, I have to explain this because a couple of ladies are on terrestrial material right now, right? And they were saying, because I said, they're not real researchers. They're not. They research, but they're not researchers. So their comeback to me was, oh, I got 20 years in the field. What does that even mean? What does that mean? You don't know what 20 years in the field means? And you're 42 years old? How do you not know what being in the field means? Idiots. Also, my first 5 years, I put in thousands and thousands of hours with a camera in my hand, recording bullshit in the sky to learn from. What have you done? Bing, bing, bing. Zero. You are drama queens creating a bunch of bullshit that nobody needs. Poor Nick. I feel sorry for Nick. Nick is my replacement. See, Alien Addict doesn't do any research. Lee does. But Alien Addict don't have time for it. Too busy tipping his cup back. He told me. Not lying. He told me, Rich, I just don't have time, mate. I've got kids. I'm married. I'm miserable. I've got a job I don't like. That's why I drink, mate. I don't know if he drinks anymore, but I hope he doesn't to the level he was at. Because I think that is the antithesis of his bad decision making. And poor Nick taking my place as the guy who knows more than those two combined. He goes in there and tells them everything they need to start the conversation, and then they bounce off him. Same thing he did with me. because I read everything. I watched everything. Real research. Hey, you know what? And then they said this about me. Oh, you're on the internet just like I am. Look, anybody who doesn't think the internet is research is an idiot. It is research, but you're not a real researcher. Do you hear what I'm saying? In the field is boots on the ground. What are you? One show a week, and if it's even a show you want to listen to. I mean, these are kids. These are just children. This is that side of ufology. I didn't know it. I didn't see it. I was blind to it because Alien Addict lied to me. I didn't know he was on that side of ufology. Took me 2 years to figure it out. But that's where they are. That's who they are. And I was there for a good half hour, maybe just, pushing buttons. But I didn't really want to ruin anything that terrestrial materials got there. I still can't say it. I don't want to ruin what he's got going on, is what I tried to say. So I left. Yeah, they are weak. Weak. They're not researchers. They're just trying to entertain you. And that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with it, as long as they're not lying and making up shit like they do. But I don't watch them enough. I don't talk about them. I don't talk about anybody really anymore. But tonight I wanted to say it because they were acting like the internet isn't. Anybody who says the internet isn't research is living in the 25 years ago when the internet first came out. Remember how everybody said, what do you go to the internet for your... Back then, people were still going to libraries, like libraries were any different. So if you got up out of your house and went to a library, that's research. But if you stay home and type on the internet library, that's not. It's research, but you're not a researcher. There's difference. Just like there's journalists. And then you have, what's the other journalist name? I can't remember. What is that? We don't like, what do we call people? Something journalist? I'm a independent no, I'm a journalist. It starts with an I. Anyway, Paranormal Highways here. Welcome to the show. Let's get started, everybody. That was a great show we did, by the way. Totally went by too fast. It was a good time. I thought about it for a while. I really liked it. I had a good time. Jeanette Angel throwing down £5, 5 quid from Staffordshire. That's a dono of love. 3 hearts. Doesn't get any better. Excusez-moi. Jeanette Angel. Thank you for being a continuing supporter of GUFON and a nice friend of the show. And Alexander Dansby, welcome to the show as well with a $2 super dono. That's pure love, 2 in a row. We're trying to get at least 10 in a row. Mucho gusto generoso. Alexander Dansby showing the love for GUFON every day this week. And good all over those on the other side of ufology. God, I can't stand that shit. What are we doing tonight? Kind of on the same vein I'm in right now. Thank you, Alexander. Mucho gusto generoso. I just wanted to talk tonight more than anything. More than anything. And it had nothing to do with terrestrial material, who was going on there, because I didn't know until last night. And I was like, oh, that's why he didn't want to mention it. All right, I appreciate that. See, I like him. I like those guys. I'd hate to see that relationship ruined because of lies that were being told about me, although I can't see why anybody would want to believe anything anybody says about anybody in this field unless it's coming from a very valuable source. See, I treat people the way they treat me, and terrestrial material has nothing to do with AA or anything over there. Nothing. Totally different relationship. Great guys. I enjoy their company. And we're going to have them on real soon, in about 3 weeks. AZ Man throwing it down, £2, 2 quid. Welcome to the show, kid. That's a very nice super dono early in the show. No, thanks, man. I appreciate that. AZ Man throwing the love. That's 3 in a row. Oh, please, please. It is 4 in a row, just like the Diamondbacks hitting 4 home runs in 1 inning. Bernie Muro throwing down $10 super dono. That's 4 donos in a row. Can we make it a baker's dozen? No, I'm joking. I don't want that. That's not how I operate. I'm just pushing buttons. I'm in the mood. Thank you, Bernie Muro. Bernie Muro with a $10 super dono. It's pure love. Welcome to the show, everybody. Who else is here? Alien Girl. How you doing, Star Child? Never mind, I'm not going to say it. Ben, the Yorkshire Guffonian, welcome to the show. Donovan, what do you say? I love your beaker, dude. I forget how they sound. No, that's Mars. Diane Boss, the boss of GUFON, welcome to the show. 44, how you doing, 44? You are the only one I've ever caught lying or misleading. It's sad, really. Oh, see how you like how they say, I'm the only one I've ever been caught lying or but they don't say what I said. So what was it? I can't think of any way. If I lied to you personally, it's because you deserved it. Who else is here? Marcel Nunn, welcome to the show. Arno Rodemeyer. Oh, I'm sorry, Rademeyer. My eyes didn't focus. How you doing, Arno? Good to see you back. Greg O'Brien's here. What do you say, GOB? Thor Panku. How are you? Good to see you. F.A.P. Aw, Rich, don't bring those 4 homers up. Still grieving. I'm sorry. That's my team. Hey, dude, you got to admit, that's just bad luck. That's just bad luck. And I like the Dodgers. Believe it or not, if the Diamondbacks, unfortunately, we had to play you guys, which sucked, because Dodgers is my second favorite team. Yeah, and then Houston. I don't like the Yankees. I hate the Yankees. I'm not even a Mets fan, but I root for the Mets. The great snafu. I'm sorry about those 4 homers, FAP. I understand, believe me. Hey, Rachel Ann, good to see you. Did I say it? The great snafu. If I didn't, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. All right, let's get started. Hey, well, look at that. William H. Bonney. 2. Good day to you. Very nice to see you. How's the family? How's everything? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we got briskets and strudel in the back. We still have the strudel from last week. David Wilcox, I have to say hi. Not Wilcox. Welcome to the show. Did I say this? Thor Panku? What do you say, Chief? Welcome to the show. And Nathan, how do I not say hi? I mean, I got to say hi. All right, welcome to the show. And Alex Ames. If I said that right, I think I did. I'm here from Camden Point, Missouri. Hey, awesome. I love knowing where people are from. That's awesome. Camden Point. I don't know. I don't even know if I've ever heard of Camden Point. I'm thinking of Camden Yards, huh? Nice to meet you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Is that a horse? Wait, what do you got on there, Chief? That's right. Classic. Oh, it's a tractor or some sort of tractor device. I don't know the actual name of that. Cool, man. Well, we love everybody coming in from all sorts of places. So welcome to GUFON tonight. Sky Allen, how you doing? It's Saturday night. It's not the Monday through Friday show where everything's done perfectly. Come on, I'm joking. It is what it is. Wow. It'll be a cold day in hell before I recognize Missouri. Yo. Whoa. Hey, where you from? Colorado? Nucla. Yeah, I don't know where everybody is. Yeah, they'll come here. It's okay. We started at a different time tonight. Everybody's probably going to jump in at 7 and we'll be gone. Let me pull it up because I do want to talk tonight specifically about something not of myself. I like this background the best. I don't know why. I love black. If you notice, I have a lot of black shirts, hats. So this is it. I make no apologies for how I choose to repair what you broke. So I'm me because you created me, UFOlogy. I didn't just be an asshole towards UFOlogy. Personally, I don't think I'm an asshole. I think I'm the whole ass, and I think I bring it in nice. I got the back beep, 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 beep. You know, you hear that when I back up. I'm a big ass because I tell the truth. Yeah, it's true. No matter what that jokester said, you've been lying to me. I'd like to know. See, they still didn't put up the specifics of what did I lie to you about. So if I lied, just throw it up there. Let me know what I lied about. See, I'm confident enough to know I don't do that. So I can say that and feel confident. And don't you think if there was anything out there, it would have been put up already? Come on. Unless they're waiting for something else. I don't know. But they made me this way. Jaime Maussan, MUFON, and believe it or not, the National UFO Reporting Center, Coast to Coast, all of these people who own their channels, their radio shows, their stations, whatever, they have all lied or didn't do the proper research into the matters at hand. I'm talking about me. Nobody called to ask me any questions. That if I sent a UFO sighting and it looked good, I was on the show. And I had a few back then, which you've never seen, that they thought, and they might be real UFOs or balloons, but they looked good. Dots. You don't question a dot guy? So I'd be on Jeff Rentz talking about my exploding this and going on, I didn't go on Coast to Coast. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking of, not Coast to Coast. It's a website. UFO Casebook. That's it. I get those two mixed up. Never have before. I don't know. But how long should we accept the lies? How long? I know we talk about it every day here. I get it. I just put that up there because that's something I say. And I do say this. You should be angry with the hoaxers. Why are you mad at me? That's what I don't understand. Well, we don't like the way you present. I don't care. I don't know any other way to do it. I'm sorry if I sound like a condescending a-hole, which I've learned over the years is the tone of this East Coast born person. I'm sorry. I don't know how to adjust. I've been trying to adjust for 20 years. I'm a sarcastic, naturally sarcastic sounding dude. That's why you love me. See, that sounded sarcastic, you know, because you don't really love me. You want to kill me. Anyway. Who's this person? Cuppy. That's weird. Cuppy. I saw something completely different over here. Yeah, it is different a little bit. Thank you for the super sticker. $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. And it's nice to see you. I love that dog picture, by the way. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. Oh my God, I want to smush, kiss that nose. Look at her. That is beautiful. She's adorable. It's got to be a girl, right? Wearing pink? Or is he in transition? A dog in transition? Can you imagine that? Hey, my Chihuahua identifies as a pit bull. got to dress him up in pit bull shit, give him pit bull injections. He starts bulking up. Cuppy, thank you very much for creating that conversation within my own mind. Thank you for being a supporter of GUFON and being here. Welcome to the show. Thanks for the $5. I almost said super dono. It's good enough. It's good. There's love in there. I saw it. I felt it. I lived it. So I come out every night and I basically give you the same routine, right? Little variations because of the stories and all the other stuff. But the overall vibe here at GUFON is we don't like, well, I guess it's this is how I interpret the show. I don't know how you interpret it. But I think, we bring in a thought process that is being overlooked by the mainstream media, but not between us. We know what's right and what's wrong. We see how they mess with us. Oh, we got 30 more whistleblowers to go to. Wait a minute. Sorry, 40 more whistleblowers to go through. That'll take, and I think I said that last night. That's like 10 minimum UFO conventions? Nah, that's if you have 4 of them on. You can't. We're not going to be able to sustain any type of excitement if you're going to have 10 more whistleblowers or 10 more UFO conventions. Why do I keep saying that? UFO, what are they? Committees? Congressional hearings. Yeah. All day I've been off like that. It's weird, saying the wrong thing, giving the wrong change. I don't know. Maybe I'm done. Maybe this is the beginning of the end. But until then, I don't get people how they don't see right through the bullshit. Jeremy Corbell, I don't even want to talk about it. I know, it's the same thing over and over, right? What's there to do? Oh, by the way, today I was going to have a bonus show, but I was sick all day. So, yeah, I threw up in the morning, didn't even go for my treatment. And I woke up about 4:30. Still haven't eaten. I had to go to the store, get some Gatorade. I had to go buy some dispensary products. Now we're starting at ground zero. Well, Ross Cuckold, or Rose Cuthard, what is her name? Is really muddying the waters. We talked about this last night briefly, but he's really a joke. Just this, if people don't see that now, then you don't really care. Look, you know what it is about this field? I'll tell you what it is. And this is the God honest truth. We do care, right? Even if we don't like somebody, what their views are, what they're saying, what they're meaning, where they come from, why they doing this, who's their friends. When we get into it, we're like, but you have to go over it. You have to read it, or else you wouldn't be doing your part. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be doing my part if I didn't tell you about all these little things. He is really muddying the waters with this big UFO that is supposedly encased in a building because, get this, it's too big to move. We've heard that before. It's too deep to dig out. It's too rigid and dangerous. It's too mossy and wet. I don't know. People might freeze to death in Antarctica. We can't go that way. There's always an excuse. And Rose Cuckold is really bad for ufology. Really bad. He thinks if he tells people where this building UFO encased thing is, he thinks people will storm it like they did at Area 51. First of all, dipshit, nobody stormed Area 51. They lined up there on the border wanting to go over Area 51. But when millions of people, I say millions, 1 million people go to the Facebook page and say they're going to show up and then only 2,000 people show up, not really much motivation to cross the line at that point. And once they saw the guns, the Jeeps, we backed down. Live to fight another day. See, that's what Corbell does. That's what Jaime Maussan does. That's what Rose Cuckold does. Because they know they'll never be held accountable for it. So you can say, and I'm sure these conversations have happened with investigative journalists. There's the name, investigative. People say they're investigative journalists, and they're not. Where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? I totally lost my track. So you get a guy like Rose Cuckold who he thinks he's the cat's pajamas. He thinks he is credible. You want to know why? Because 80% of you tell him they love him. And thank you for the hard work. And oh, you're the best. Where'd this Australia guy come from? You know, they love him to death. And it feeds the ego and it keeps him going. Same thing with Jeremy Corbell. I'm in a losing battle. You understand? I may not be in a losing war because inevitably the truth will prevail. It always does. And I'm not too worried. The only thing I'm worried about, I said not too worried. I am a little worried that we'll run out of time. That's all. Well, anything can happen. Anything can interrupt the flow, like a war, or an asteroid, or a quasar, or a volcano, or a hurricane, or blah. Something always gets in the way. Something does. That's the plan. They can't give us the truth. Look, you know, joking aside, 20 years is a long time. All right, I've been in this thing. Some of you have been in it longer. Have you been in it every day like this? I don't know, but I got to tell you, nothing's changed. Take it from me, at least. If you can't take anything at all, you can trust my eyes and ears are aware of everything going on, and nothing is going on. And those guys would tell you differently. Look, there is stuff happening, right? But it's all pomp and circumstance. It's all fake. It's all window dressing. That's what sucks, because they get our hopes going. But that's only to create that threat and that animosity towards the aliens, if they are aliens, and it could be China, could be Russia. We don't know, because we don't have the equipment to analyze it, follow it. Who are they? What are they? This is where we're at. We're stuck. We cannot find out what these things are because we already know. How about that? Did you take that into account? What if we already know? And that's why they don't do anything, because there's nothing to do. Business as usual. UFOlogy 101. I don't know what that means. I really don't. It is unbelievable. It is. What are they? Well, I'll tell you what. Think about it while I play you this. There you go. Enjoy. Come on, everybody. What are they? Crop Circle song. Greg Brown.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
I don't know.
What are they? There's a world change. Secrets in the field.
All right. Hey, Dorothy Hawkins throwing down $2 super dono. It's almost a midway dono. Thank you very much, Dorothy. I appreciate you. Dorothy, also known as Dit.55. That's DITDOT55 on X. Thanks, Dorothy. Mucho gusto. Le generoso. Grazie, grazie. Dorothy Hawkins. It's a super dono Saturday. Thanks, Dorothy. So, back to work. So, I'm not a big fan of what I've been seeing, obviously, right? We're in a place right now, we're stuck. Here's where we're at. Apparently, there is going to be one more round of whistleblowers coming out. I mean, that's the rumor. Who said that? Was it Burchett? Was it her? I don't remember, but I think it was. So we've got that. Hey, let me show you this real quick too, because this is unbelievable. I think this is this it? Something with Lou Elizondo I saw. I think mid next year, his book is coming out. Is that true? Mid next year? Yeah, I don't know. All right, now, I got to bring this up before I forget. I already forgot. You remember yesterday, the Bigfoot? And funny thing is, Stephen Greenstreet said it took me 5 minutes to find out that this was something they do at the train station or train depot. Right? He came out and said it's a guy who wears a suit. He goes out there and messes with the trains, right? Well, today, Greenstreet says this. So I'm a little confused. Story update. I called the manager of the Durango and Silverton Railroad to ask about the Bigfoot filmed by riders of their train. They say they have no idea who it was. They also state I was the first journalist to contact them. The mainstream media ran wild with this silly story and never picked up the phone to call the actual train company. Unbelievable. Other Colorado train companies have annual Bigfoot-themed events for riders. The photo below is from said event and features a guy in a Bigfoot costume that looks similar to the one filmed in the viral video. So that's not even the guy. That's not even the Bigfoot. That's from another place. Well, it does look similar. So what do you make of that? How can you trust the media when they didn't even pick up the phone and call down there to find out what the hell's going on? It's awful. They are awful. And it is. It's the hiring. See, what they're doing is they're meeting identity quotas at jobs, racial equality. So they hire people that aren't as good as they should be because they're whatever. And then you get the results we have today. They're not doing their job because they shouldn't have been in that job to begin with. Well, I'm just giving an example, but I don't understand how not one of those people called down there to verify it. That's amazing to me. It just tells you where we are today with reporting. It is. It's awful, just awful. It's fake news, really. It's made up fake news, right? It is. It is. Look. It's embedded in the show. I can't get rid of that. Isn't that weird? No. We now can have video backgrounds. Oh my. All right. Wow, things are getting interesting. So you know what that means? I could play something right here. Instead of going through the dance, I'm going to click on this and I click over there and I go over here and I'm over there. Now here I just go boom and it's playing. Oh, I got to check it out. Thank you, StreamYard, for another upgrade. I'm just amazed at the reporting that goes on in this world. And it's very, 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 very much worse than it. It's horrible in ufology because they don't give a shit about ufology. They really don't. Now, I don't know if you heard about this, but people are saying or are posing the question, is there room for collaboration between remote viewers and UAP investigators to create a more comprehensive understanding of the phenomenon? Is there room for collaborating between remote viewers and UFO investigators? Hold on a second, man. I'm pretty sure we've already been doing that. Yeah. Anytime a remote viewer gets a hit with a UFO or alien base, who do they call? Right. Nobody. Who do you call? You're not going to call Arrow. You're certainly not going to call Corbell. Please tell me you don't. Remote viewing. See, this is and the person who posted this has only been in the field a little bit. They don't know. We don't collaborate every day because it's not every day somebody's getting a remote view hit on an alien base or a Mars base or a moon base. Capiche? It's very rare. That's why the collaboration is undetected. But it is happening all the time. You want to know why? Because those people who are remote viewers want answers themselves. And usually the people who have them do the remote viewing are the people who are seeing UFOs or want to see UFOs. Don't you think Avi Loeb might have a remote viewer on board? I think he does. Doesn't the Galileo Project have every piece of the pie covered? With every type of researcher you could think of, right? But do they have a remote viewer? And who do they go for? Hold on. It's headlines. Headlines. Oh, I think we got a, hey! David Wilcox. I see it, but I don't know if I heard it. Yes. Yes. Where's Alien Addicts and Lee's bags of tapes that like me? Where are they? I've got thousands of hours sitting right here on my floor, there and behind me and in the bedroom. Yeah, boy. Thank you for reminding me of those bags. That's right. Hey, they do not have, and they cannot hold a candle to me. Not very many people can in this field. And I don't say that as an asshole, know-it-all jerk. I say that as a fact. Because I met a lot of people, and I only know 2 that have more than I do. And they've been doing it since cameras came out. So, yeah. You know, VHS even. But I've seen their shit. I have quality. I have the best quality dots in ufology. I'm telling you, they're the best dots alive. Thank you very much. David Wilcox throwing it down. Thank you, because I needed that. On PayPal, thank you very much. You're a huge supporter, everybody knows. I'm just messing around. You don't need any accolades. Thanks again, man. Appreciate that. It did come in handy, I tell you. It does come in handy. All right. Holy mackerel, I got discombobulated. What was I going to say? Oh, collaboration, right. I already said it. And then I heard the message. Okay. So with that being said, and bringing in the media back into the conversation, the media loves creating fake A or B choices and then corralling people towards them. You must support Ukraine or Russia, trans or anti-trans, BLM or racism, Hamas or IDF, and so on. The system fears you will one day become aware of other choices that aren't the mainstream media. And it's happening now, and that's why they're so desperate. I was reading an email somebody sent, and I was putting together what they captured in another message from, I think it was Bruce Fenton. But he's right. The media does love creating choices, and they put you out there, it's the oldest trick. That's what magicians do. Magicians steer you where they want you to go. It's a fact. You don't know what's happening because it's done, sleight of hand, sleight of mind, sleight of voice, sleight of ears. And we see this in ufology, how the media does it. We have a threat. What are you doing about this threat, right? Either we do this or we don't do it. Either you sign the petition so we can get the funding to find out what the threat is, or we die. Do you want to die? Then sign a petition. Right? That's what they do. You must donate. You're not an American if you don't donate to Booba. Right? They put the pressure on you. You know what I do? Forget about it. I got it right. You want me to donate zero money? That's what I have. You want me to donate zero? What am I, tithing? I always wanted to say tithing. I just threw it in there. I love that tithing bullshit scam they got going on in the religion of, what is it? I don't know what I really like Joe Rogan. I always have. We're the same age. I think a lot like him. He doesn't know me, so he doesn't think like me. But Bob Lazar was on his show, the last time he was on, and talked about how they have an archaeological find of a UFO. Did you know that? Elizondo shared analogy to support it. Interested? I know, I'm not either. I am, but I'm not. Considering these two possibilities, Elizondo shared a truly eye-opening statement in his interview with James Iandoli from Engaging the Phenomenon on June 11th, 21, a few years ago. They discussed crash retrievals and materials related to unidentified flying objects, or UAPs. Elizondo acknowledged the sensitivity of the topic and the potential consequences of discussing it openly. There's levels of that, I'm sure. That's what he means. I mean, we can talk. I've been talking. Nobody's come for me. However, Elizondo expressed his belief that the government does possess exotic materials, but could not provide further details due to the lack of transparency. He mentioned the 3 layers of analysis that can be conducted on a piece of material, namely physical, chemical, and atomic or nano-level research. How do you know? How do you know? Lou, you don't even know what friggin' technology they have making these comments. It really is fun. This is fun. It is. I'm going to play a clip of Lou saying that because I like clips. Because it gives me a chance to vape, drink, sit here and do nothing. No, I like it. Check it out.
Yeah. Now I would like to talk about crash retrievals and materials.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when you were on Tucker Carlson and you had the famous line of simply put, yes. You know, does the U.S. government possibly have materials? And when you asked that question, I went to Eric Davis and I asked him, what do you think about Lou's statement? And Eric Davis said, and he authorized it for public use.
What? All right, let's.
What Lou said is 1,000% correct. And the U.S. government has crashed and or landed.
Why are we talking about it again? Didn't we do this 5 years ago? I mean, we are just rehashing the old shit. Look, I know they're talking about a conversation from 2 years ago. I get it. But I'm telling you, we've been talking about this for decades. We know there's bodies. We know there's crash. We know there's this. We know there's that. Get to the bottom of the barrel and pull out the evidence and show me the goddamn video. Fudge.
UFOs. Why do you think he said that?
Well, I'm not going to answer for Eric Davis. Eric Davis is an incredible human being. I've had the honor and privilege of knowing him, and more important.
First of all, I want to tell you about a tick Lou has when he lies, or when he doesn't say what he really means. He stutters after he says what he just said. He's a fantastic individual, an incredible human being, and watch. Just a little tidbit on the Louis the liar.
Well, I'm not going to answer for Eric Davis. Eric Davis is an incredible human being. I've had the honor and privilege of knowing him, and more importantly, I've also seen the work product that he's produced for this nation. And at some point, maybe one day, it'll be clear all.
You've seen the work product? Did I hear that right?
The work product that he's produced for this nation. And at some point.
Hold on, I've never heard that term before. You have seen the work product? Did he misspeak? Am I not hearing this correctly? Is he? I never heard that term before.
I've had the honor and privilege of knowing him, and more importantly, I've also seen the work product that he's produced for this nation.
All right.
And at some point, maybe one day, it'll be clear all the stuff he has done for his country. But he really is. When you talk about American heroes, he really is one of those. He falls in that category quite squarely. He's an amazing human being. So I'm
the little speed up at the end there. He's an amazing human being. Anyway, as I was saying, I like the slow down speed up of Lou. He's a great human being and does a lot of things for this country. And we think there's going to be a lot more. Anyway, as I was saying, hey, listen.
He really is one of those. He falls in that category quite squarely. He's an amazing human being. So I'm not going to elaborate on what Eric Davis thinks or says or knows. He's his own man. I can tell you that when he tells you something, he tells you.
When he tells you something, he.
The truth. He has no motivation other than the truth.
I'm sorry. This is such garbage talk.
as far as my own personal perspective, I have to be, I'm going to throw something out that everybody gets pissed off at, but I've got to be careful because I'm walking a very fine line. If I say one or two words.
Doesn't he remind you? Look at his face. Who does he remind you of? I just keep forgetting to tell you guys. Dave Scott. That's what Dave Scott kind of looks like when he has glasses on, just not as no-necky. Dave weighs the same, but the weight's proportionately different. He's a chimp. You're a chimp. You're Lou E. Chimp. Lou E. Chimp. That's who you are. You stuttering prick there. I think you'd fold under questioning.
Correctly as it relates to this particular topic, I can find myself in a lot of trouble. So I know people say, well, just say it anyways. Well, easy for you to say. You don't,
Yeah, say it anyway. Let's see the hero be the hero. Do something like a hero should. Tell us the truth, show us the shit. You can't, you won't, you're done. I don't want to listen to this anymore. I don't even know why I was listening. I think I was just looking at Lou lie, which was fun. See, I could do that, but I think you guys would be bored. I don't know. I don't do what I want. I do what I think you want. And sometimes that backfires. Because how do I know? I don't know. How do I know? Hey, Andrew 420, Goofonian Rockstar, throwing down a $2, 34 1801 North 124 0413 West, Google Earth. Okay, hold on. Thanks for the $2 super chat with coordinates. We will pull it up. We are, while that's pulling up, I'm waiting for all the messages to get caught up. I'll open up Google Earth. And there it goes. And let me grab the coordinates. Thank you, Andrew. Got it. Now I'm going to throw it in our $2 super dono because I know you love me. Hey, Mr. Bridges, how you doing? Lou is always lying. His lips, man, that's true. Hey, I like that profile pic you got there. I got to take a look. It's my thing now. I don't know why I got to look at these. Oh, I've got my laser pistol. Ah, it's Marvelous Marvin. Martian. All right. Those numbers are, yeah, longitude and latitude. Got it. I know how it works. All right. Here, let me pull it up. You're going to see flashing on me. There's a glitch in the matrix over here. So I'm going to open up the whole screen so you don't see it. And I'm going to put that longitude, latitude thing in right there. Here we go. This better not be you naked on the top of the Sears Tower. Oh, geez, it's Arizona. It's California. Oh, it's the Malibu thing. I knew you were going to go there. Yeah, where are we going? Oh, great. Hey, that's a great one there. Thanks a lot there, Chief. Appreciate it. Looks good. What am I doing? This is typical Andrew scenario here. Andrew, I don't know what you gave me, Chief, but I'll never get those 3 minutes back. Sorry, man. Nothing there. I mean, you put me in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I don't know where to go from there. There was nothing there. How can I... What are you looking at? Looking at the ocean. There was nothing there. There was nothing there. I don't know what to... Oh, geez. Do I got to go back down and come back up again? How do we do? Oh yeah, it did work. I was told it's a duck. I don't want to. All right, I'll open it back up. We'll take one more look. There's nothing there, bro. Nothing there. It was a huge head, like a statue head from Easter Island? All right, I'm going back. I didn't see that. I didn't see anything like that. I expect when I'm brought to a place that I'd be able to detect it rather easily. I didn't know I had to trick my eyes. Was it like one of these 3D things? 3D puzzle? Here we go. I saw the face. All right, tell me where. See, I don't see it. I don't see it. Does anybody see a face? Because I see waves. Yes, I'm vaping on the show for the first time in a long time. On camera. Back out. I was waiting for instruction. Okay. I really don't see anything. But this thing? I don't see a face. If I'm going to use pareidolia right now, I'm going to say, to me, this looks like a crab. I see two eyes. I see a claw. I see another claw tucked underneath. I see other places where his hands or claws, other things are coming out. That's a crab. That's all. Right? I don't see a face. My parrot, this thing over here. Come on, we're just playing pareidolia at this point. This isn't a find. I don't see anything. It's pareidolia. Am I crazy? Barney the dinosaur. Yeah, I mean, it could be it's shadows. Look. Hey, what's this over here? Oh, it's a mustache. It must be W.C. Fields. Oh my God, we're in the fields? What does a field mean? I'm in the field? What is this? Horseshoes? I got a horseshoe over here. That's what they did back in those days. They played horseshoes. What's this lines? The lines in the ground? Looks like a snake. Ooh, I'm gonna get scared now. Looks like a horsey. See the horsey? I see it. Oh, let's go up here. Holy testicle Tuesdays. I see a mountaintop with ridges and lots of close crevices. Oh, I love crevices. Oh, it's itchy down there. Get out. All right, I can't play this game anymore. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you. We'll never get that time back, but I love the pareidolia game. Just, that wasn't a good one. To me, it didn't work. It was a miss. But you know what I like, Andrew? I like the adventure. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually happy. That was funny. There was a lot of different things in there. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's pareidoliac. All right. You want to talk UFOs? Huh? You want to see a UFO? Huh? Hold on. I think I got one. Huh? You want to play? Anybody want to play? Oh, I forgot to show you that UFO last night. Oh, this is hidden underbelly. Okay, check this out. Go.
Short clip of this UFO.
I gotta have him back on the show.
Was caught by a drone. So guys, let's take a look at this footage and we'll have a real quick chat afterwards.
Yep, this is the one I wanted to show you guys. I couldn't find it. It was him. I love the drone UFOs, man. I think they're awesome. That's incredible. Drones as negatively impacting the UFO research
This object that we are looking at
is helping us.
Lovingly called a fast walker because of the sheer speed of which these objects travel. Now, we got a real close-up look at it. We can see that this doesn't look like a bird. Could this be a guy in a wingsuit? I don't know. But this object is traveling at some speed. So guys, what do you make of this object? Guys, we have a real
See, this is what I don't understand.
UFO.
This is what I don't understand about UFOs. What is it? I'm being serious. What the frigonometry is that thing? Why would it be here? What is it? That's all I want to know. What is it? It doesn't look like a ship. It looks like a piece of cloth. It looks like a wingsuit. A bat, you know, like he said. But it isn't. I don't. Unless it is. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, let's keep watching it. I turned off the volume. So, all right, you have to imagine a wingsuit person. Usually they drop off of cliffs. All right? And they have a landing area. Well, this is going horizontal. It's not going downward. And it would have to be falling at the rate of gravity. And I don't see that being a bat suit. You know, one of those flight suits. At that low altitude, where did it jump from? There's no mountain here that it could have come down from. Is it off to the side, maybe? Maybe. I just don't know. But it went by a drone that just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Yeah, that's a UFO, bona fide UFO. So then you have to think to yourself, well, I don't see any nuts or bolts. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like your typical UFO. And the weird thing is, the drones are the ones that are catching these types of UFOs, even more than the guy on the ground with the camera. So, I want you to burn that into your brain for a second, because I'm going to show you my video. And I call this one the UFO making sign language to me. I know, it's weird, right? And I showed this once before, and you all couldn't accept what was in the sky. You couldn't accept it. Everybody said the same thing. It's a bag. Does that look like a bag? Did that fly like a shopping bag? Answer that question. No, it did not. It didn't. Could that be a shopping bag? If it was just floating in the sky, every one of us would say that's a shopping bag. Every one of us would. We'd have to, because that's what it kind of looks like, right? If it was just hovering there, because that would make sense, but not flying at 100 miles an hour or doing sign language. My dyslexia came out. I almost said line language. All right. So remember this shape. When I show you mine, you're going to be like, all right, I see the similarities. Now, what you're going to see on mine, I'll tell you what happened, because I was there. And it looked a little differently through the eyes and the binoculars. So this thing came to me. It was coming from the south, heading north. Meanwhile, I just recorded one orb coming in from the north, heading towards that object. And then another one showed up at, it's an amazing sighting. You'll see it eventually, and it's full. But I'm going to show you, it does this. This is what it does. This is what I see and what you should see. But it does this. It looks like it's moving and doing sign language. What bag in the sky, even if it was just floating there, would do this? Open and close the way this does. I honestly think it was trying to talk to me. Then, and I have it all on video. You won't see the whole thing today, but because it's 5 minutes long. Then, when it does its little sign language, I see another orb, or I called it an orb, coming to it. And then I saw that, what I just saw, do sign language, go back where it came from. So not only did it come to me, it stopped, it did its little show, and then another one came, and they both went that way, back where they came from. I'm telling you, there's so much more than just the dot in the sky. There's a story behind these things. It's almost like going to a garage sale. Yeah, you're buying a trinket, but what's the story behind it that makes it interesting? So that's what we got here. I know I've been watching a roadside auction. What is that one called? You know, it's very popular. It's old. Auto Road Show, something like that. All right, I'm having an issue here with the website pulling up. Well, this is weird. Very strange. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, I think I have this in on the desktop. Hold on, let me pull that up. Here we go. I don't. All right. I got to show this to you. Oh, wow. It says access to fetch has likely been blocked by Core's policy. If you are the server administration, please consult the Ruffle wiki for help. Whoa. Let's see if this still works. Yeah, it still works. All right. I'm going to find it here real quick. I don't have to go that far. I think it's right here. It's a very strange world we're living in. I'm telling you, some of the things that I've seen at night that I didn't record, you know, I have some EVPs also with my UFO sightings. I'll be recording and you can hear my name come up. It's very bizarre. I told you guys that story. Let's see. I'm looking for it. It's going to take a second here. Oh, that's not it. Let's go to page 2. Let me pull you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Didn't mean it much. All right. Unusual, no. Moving object, no. Moving, no. Fleet, no. No. Chemtrails, question mark, chemtrail, no. Video of me. I think it's all the way in the beginning because it's one of my first sightings. Humanoid changes direction? No, that's not it. Dust storm, 2 glowing objects, slow pulsing. Object stops on a dime, waits for... No, that's a good one. We've watched a lot of these. Jellyman, here it is. I have to download it. Now I've got to get rid of that and pull it up. There won't be any sound because that's the way StreamYard is still. So what I do is I give you some stills in the beginning of this video. Just watch. I don't know why I'm talking about it. Just show it. So here it is. It looks like a shirt. Go. It looks like a bag. I know. I hear you. But wait until you see it move. I'm yelling because I have music in my ears. You guys don't hear it. Now watch how it scrunches up like a slinky. Right there. It's so damn... Now watch. It's opening its hand up. It's so bizarre. I don't know if you guys see what I see, but It looks like a bag, but I don't know what it is. It's constantly moving and there was no wind. Just none. You can see it scrunching up and then expanding. It's very bizarre. That's why I show it. I thought it was really strange. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, it looks like a bag. I get it. I get it. But maybe it is a bag, and I want it to be a UFO. Maybe that's what it is. It's terrible, right? It's one of the worst ones, but I like it because I know what happened. Isn't that weird? I can't convince people, and I'm not trying to. But I guess you had to be there. I just think it's weird. I don't know any bags. See, bags look like that. But do bags look like that? Yeah, that looks like a shirt. I mean, I was wearing a white shirt that day. Was it coming over telling me, hey, you're wearing a white jumpsuit? I don't know. You see how you can make anything up? Look, July 29, 2004. I was just a baby. 20 years ago. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm catching bags and balloons. What are you doing? I'm telling you, the thing did sign language to me. I need somebody to stabilize this. I tried it. I couldn't do it. It's so bad. Maybe now it'll work, but see, it stretched out, and then just a second later, it scrunched in. Why? And now it's stretched out, and then it scrunched in again. Stretched out, shirt out. Scrunched in, look, it looks like it's doing sit-ups right there. And then it pushes out. See? Scrunches in, pushes out. I don't know any bag that does that. Sorry. I just don't. And I've recorded 100 bags just for research purposes. And never have I seen that happen again. Never happened. If anybody has an explanation, feel free to email me. GUFONradio@gmail.com. Don't tell me it's a bag, because I know it looks just like a bag. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it ever again. Andrew with the two. Oh, we already did that. Bob Lazar. We were talking about him earlier. Touched on him just a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, why is my thing not working? Refresh. All right, here we go. Now it's working. I'm looking for this. No. 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 Yes. Found it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bob Lazar said UFO wasn't archaeological find. You know what, Joe Rogan? Let me tell you something. I can't do the voice anymore. Not that I've ever been able to.
Rogan experience.
Now, I'm not in...
Now I'm not in wipe my nose, I'm about to lie.
Or not, I'm not into UFOs. I don't follow stories or,
Even after your experiences?
No, I'm fascinated with the technology. And
I'm fascinated.
It irks me like every night I go to sleep that, that it was my own doing, essentially, that prevented me from continuing on in the project. I mean, it's that to be on that cutting edge of technology is so alluring to me.
Right.
And his ego had to be fed. This was why Bob Lazar should have never been chosen for that position. Do you think the government vetted Bob Lazar as well as they should have? 2 women died under his time. He had a brothel. He was drag racing in public, building hydrogen fire rocket cars, driving illegally. Come on, man. This guy was bound to screw up. And maybe that's why they didn't kill him, because they knew. But still, I don't know why they didn't take him out. Because they don't miss. And he said, oh, it's been several times. One time I came out of the gym, my doors were open. My Uzi was sitting on the front seat with my wallet. You know, it's like them saying, we got you. We know where you're at, huh?
Right. But, you know, by the same token, I don't really care that there's aliens or where they come from. I mean, the prize is the technology, and that's what I'm fascinated by. But so I don't listen to UFO stories and that sort of thing. But George Knapp is, I mean, he's the guy that has the contacts and tries to thread everything together. And what he recently told me is he found...
Did you hear? Did you hear what he said? I'll play it again.
Knapp is, I mean, he's the guy that has the contacts and tries to thread everything together.
He's the guy that has the contacts. Truth always finds its way. Now we know Corbell is sucking on that nap teat. Yeah.
Together. And what he recently told me is he found, I don't know, it was either documentation or people that he spoke to. It's that the existence of this project, the project that I was on, it's something that they seem to take out every 8 or 10 years.
So that's a very specific memo, and this is actually, this is the first time I'll be very clear with people about it. It's a big topic of conversation right now. It's called the Wilson Memo. You can look it up. Admiral Wilson met with a scientist who's actually was featured in one of my films. Everybody has been debating whether or not this document of a conversation with a sitting admiral at the time is a real document. It's an actual conversation that happened, and this document is real. Everybody wants to know. The world is going crazy right now in the UFO world. I'll tell you straight up right now, I'm in the position to know, and it is a real document.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear it? Nuke 5. I'm in the position to know. What does that mean, Jeremy? I'm in the position to know? What is he saying with that statement? Why would anybody give him the position to know anything is beyond me? Doesn't it make sense to you that Jeremy is a disinfo agent? When you really think about it, what does he really do? Makes documentaries, right? Yeah, now he's got the podcast, but he was known for being a documentarian. And that's it. And then he met George Knapp, making the Bob Lazar movie. I'm sure they got very close and created this tight bond that doesn't seem as tight from one side, Knapp, but Corbell used to say, do you remember? My good friend and mentor, George Knapp. He doesn't say that anymore. He stopped saying, my good friend and mentor. My good friend, George Knapp, is all he says now. Investigative journalist and a good friend of mine, George Knapp. He doesn't say that. You know they had a conversation where George Knapp said, I think you can stop saying I'm your mentor at this point. Oh, I thought that was a cool thing to say, man. All right, I'll stop saying it. I could just hear how Corbell would respond to that. All right, man, that's cool. No big deal, Daddy-O. That's how he talks outside, right? Outside of the outside, he's just a regular guy, right? What do you say, Daddy-O? Jeremy Corbell here. I'm gonna make a documentary sooner or later. If YouTube would let me just say what I want to say, the best jokes just slip away. Oh, I had such a good one. But then I'd be, yeah, he's racist. All over. Can't make jokes. Nope. Can't make jokes about race.
That it is real. So the conversation you read in that conversation was had. I can't attest to every...
You're not being very clear.
Sure.
Please.
No problem. there was a document that is circulating right now that is really big. It's going around everywhere. People are asking and
What is this document?
It's called the Wilson Memo, is how you can find it online.
He just told Joe.
The Wilson.
Boy, you can tell Joe smoked a lot of weed. Hey, we're talking about the Wilson Memos, and 2 minutes later, look down here. 2 minutes later, not even, Joe Rogan goes, so what documents? He must have said the Wilson documents 3 times.
There it is. Jimmy's got it.
Joe Rogan's daydreaming. He's not even listening. He's just imagining, because he's sitting there with fucking Bob Lazar right in front of him. And he's just imagining all the things he probably wants to say. So he's probably half in the bag and half listening to Jeremy. That's hilarious.
The Wilson Memorandum.
I don't know.
Use of human volunteers.
No.
Sure
That's not it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Admiral Wilson meets with this scientist, and they have this discussion, oddly enough, at special projects at EG&G. And if I remember, the document is from 2001. I'm telling everybody.
He's got flabby arms. I heard that these Wilson documents, and somebody sent me a link to how important they really are. Holy shit. If you haven't seen the entire Wilson document thing, it's mind-blowing. It is. Wow. It makes you want to believe wholeheartedly, without a doubt, that we are working with alien technology and or aliens as well. That's where we're at. That's what those documents were saying. Shit like that peppered throughout. And then they had just tons and tons of verifiable information. I was blown away. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I'm like, what do you mean? It was just on a napkin? No, you idiot.
Right now, it's real. And we'll see. My history is pretty good with like saying if something's real or not, right? So here we go. The document comes out. They meet at EG&G Special Projects. In 1989, they stumble into a problem. This happens. They put the technology away, and then they bring it back out and see if material science has caught up and if they can make any progress. So this document kind of talks about this process. The big thing I get from it, and a lot of it's vindicating to Bob, and one of the things it's vindicating, besides the EG&G thing, is that private industry, so this guy's an admiral, and he says, I found out about your SAP, your Special Access Program. I need to know about it. And he's going to a private part of industry, and he is denied access. And he says, I should be running this program. And they were able to deny him access. So I think the takeaway here is, check it out. I'm telling you that is an actual correct, that is a leak. Now, everything said in that document, I don't know.
What are you talking about? What is said in that document specifically?
It's between a scientist and an admiral that are sitting, and they're having a meeting, and they're talking about the search for the UFO subject, the search to get special access program access to all of these different things like reverse engineering programs. So in this document, they talk about it. I believe that this document, the person that went was employed by Robert Bigelow, one of the guys that has a couple of orbiting satellites and all that stuff.
He's the guy who owns Skinwalker Ranch.
No, he's not. He was the guy that owned Skinwalker.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to own it. There's a new owner, and I interviewed him for my other film, but there's a new owner, and you'll be hearing a lot more about that soon. But there's stuff that you'll be hearing about Skinwalker.
Isn't it interesting how far we've come? He's talking about Brandon Fugel, and nobody knows who it is yet. I thought this was just a couple of years old. How old is this thing? When was this interview? I thought it was only 2 years ago. He's talking about, this is like 6 years ago. Is that how long it's been? It can't be.
Ranch soon because there's a new owner. Anyway, the whole point of this insertion here is just that document kind of validates a lot of this idea Bob just said, that they make a little progress, then they can't go anywhere. They tuck it away, and then they bring it back out, 10.
Guys, do you hear all this? The reason I'm playing it because I wanted to talk about listening to that. Now I want you to think about it. What did he just tell us? Nothing. Yeah, good answer. He told us nothing. He told us things we already knew. Well, I understand he's talking about the Wilson documents and why and all that stuff. And Joe Rogan asked, what is the Wilson document? For the third time, Joe Rogan has asked, what are these documents? And Jeremy's explaining it to him, but then he goes off on a little bit of a tangent. You know, he takes a turn somewhere during that explanation, and he starts talking about stuff we all know about. You know, what they do is they take the material, they work on it, they put it away, and then 10 years later, when the technology catches up, they pull it back out and they work on it again. And then they put it away, and then they lay it 10 years, and then they do it again, and they wait for technology to catch up. Duh. We know. We know. So I always like to know, what are they working on down there? That's what I used to say. What are they doing? There can't be that many things, right? You got the Roswell crash and pretty much that's it, right? No. They've got over 100 crashed UFOs. Come on. 100. Over. And not only that, it's the archaeological digs. The archaeological stuff. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in no crashed UFOs from it. I believe that was us back engineering their shit, not knowing which way is up. You know? What does that red button do? Don't touch it. Poof. You know, one of those. But Jeremy, man, he's a good talker, though. He is. He's the right guy. If you want to have disinformation put out there, he's your guy. He looks like the disinfo guy. Also the monopoly guy, but.
Years later and start working on it. What is the limiting factor? I think Bob should speak on this, but it's the material science.
Yeah, it's really where physics is. So
it is. That's where it is.
I can see them doing that.
I can see them doing that. I mean, you can see them doing that. I didn't have any
information on that, but I think
information on that. I'm getting it. I'll get it back.
What George uncovered is probably accurate. That we try and do what we can, and once we reach a roadblock going, we really can't figure it out. It's just friggin' put the thing away, wait for science to catch up, and a decade later, let's take the project out again and see. All right, now where can we go?
But there's got to be someone who remains informed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you've got your scientists like you and Barry. You got your people that you compartmentalize. You got these people working on this
there
project.
has to be some people that know everything.
You've got security, and then someone's going to be on the outside saying, hey, we need people to guard this building. Don't let anybody in for 10 years.
I think a lot of that is private industry, and I think that's how they keep it. Yeah, I think that's how they because the government is just so leaky. I think that's kind of what they're doing.
That's what the document kind of proves. You just articulated that it is in control of private industry.
What private industry? Some aerospace company, something?
I don't know.
Yeah, the admiral wouldn't name it in the in the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be Bigelow, right?
So they still have these things, supposedly.
I would guess. I mean, I don't have any information on that.
Have you ever asked anyone that has any inkling of any idea of where they got them or how they got them?
No, but something must have been said to me from.
Something must have been said to me. That is a strange way to start a sentence. Something has been said to me.
Got them, or how they got them.
No, but something must have been said to me.
Something must have been said to me. That's him saying, I don't know. I might be lying right now. But he just said this, something must have been said to me.
From Barry.
Barry.
But it was just too long ago, and I can't quite remember what was said, but it just left a seed in my mind. I think at least one of them was part of an archaeological dig. So it's old. At least one of them is old. I don't know if it was the one I worked on, but I remember something to do with an archaeological dig.
Whoa.
So that's...
And we found out that Bob's story is one taken from a book that was written years before he ever came out with this story. And he basically just, if you believe in the lie that he's fake and that he made it all up, then that's where you would go. You know, he created this story from these books or a book and took everything, put it together, and went with it. You know what's really weird for Bob Lazar to actually just be a dude and who made shit up and then runs to the news saying, if people that the government wants to kill me, I want to go live to save my life, but I don't want my face out there. I just want them to know that I know, they know, they know, I know, you know? I want to get it out there. That's not something a hoaxer does. That is some big ball shit. If you're going to fake something and you go to the news, I don't think so. He did work somewhere. He may actually have worked at S4. Or he didn't. It's that simple. Well, all right, I'll expand on why he didn't. Because what if Bob Lazar didn't work at S4 and it was just a social experiment, a psyop on Bobop? What if that's all it was? To see how somebody may react. It doesn't make sense that it would be, man. It's just too many things. And that's why Bob Lazar's story is so freaking impossible and easy. It's very, very tough. I don't know how he did it. You would have to be a sociopath with an incredible mind to remember everything you said from 35 years ago. Sure, it's his story. Maybe it is truth. That's why it's not so hard for him to remember what he said 35 years ago. Or he practiced and watched old interviews he did. That's, I don't know, man. That takes a lot of energy. And he really didn't make any money at all. So why do it? Why fake something like that? Doesn't really make sense for a normal, that's like me. You'll see me tomorrow with my face covered up, but you know it's me, my voice. And they may alter it a little, I don't know. But if I go on the news tomorrow saying all this stuff, yeah, man, I worked with the CIA before I got into ufology. When I was 33, they literally came to my house and said, "You're coming with us, and your wife can too." And they took us both, and we worked at S4. Now, I can't tell you that really happened. But what if it did? Then tomorrow I'm on the news. You going to believe it? Holy shit. Rich Giordano is actually Tommy Gunn? No, I don't know. I couldn't come up with a name. Tommy Gunn. Isn't that Tommy Morrison? The boxer? Moonlicht with a $2.22 super chat says, "Evil Rich, psyop Bob telling truth, but it's all fake." Hey, what do I say? I always tell the truth, even when I lie. That's not something you say, my friend. That is from the Scarface movie. Thank you, Moonlicht, for really all right. Thank you for being a supporter of GUFON. GUFON. Mucho gusto, generoso, moonlicked. Grazie, grazie. A continuing supporter of GUFON, moonlicked. Ma! Meatballs! For the UK. The UK! Oh, she said, oh, okay. We finished? No?
It's, that means it's...
Yeah, he said it already. Archaeological dig. They are really, really old. I'm serious. They must be extremely old. It's because it's an archaeological dig site. Archaeological means old. Oh. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Did you know there were UFO sightings in Pembrokeshire? Jeanette? The Broadhaven Triangle story. It all began in the 70s when a group of school children reported seeing a UFO in a nearby field when standing in the playground. Remember that story? Do you? Do you remember when we met? Oh, I don't want this. Shit. Do you remember this story, guys? It's the Pembrokeshire. Am I saying it right? Pembrokeshire. Let me pull it up. Excuse me while I whip this shit out. What movie? What movie? Animal House. Come on. Excuse me. May I dance with your ladies? Yeah. Paula Faust. A member for 18 months. You're going for the record. Thank you, Rich, she says, for the awesome content. Live long and prosper. Aw. Well, that's awfully nice. Paula Faust. Live long. I can't work my fingers anymore like that. Live long and prosper. I can't do it. My hands don't work like that anymore. They're frozen. Paula Faust throwing it down. The membership gal. That's it. 18 months. That's the whole time. Well, since we started it, thank you very much, Paula, for being a member. All right. Oh, Bob Lazar. Here we go. What was I saying? Oh, Pembrokeshire. So they had the Broadhaven Triangle story. Are you familiar with this? It's real. Yeah, that's right. The coastal town of Broadhaven and its surrounding areas are almost as famous as the Bermuda Triangle when it comes to mysterious sightings and goings-on. It all began back in 1970s when a group of school children reported seeing a UFO in a nearby field when standing in the playground. The sighting sparked an explosion of UFO sightings with more than 450 reported soon after and around the Broadhaven area. Mucho gusto, mail order weed. What is the Broadhaven Triangle? To explain the story of the Broadhaven Triangle, we must cast our minds back to February 4, 1977. The scene, Broadhaven Primary School, bastard. Is that you, Sylvia? It is, Richard. Sylvia Brown, everybody. Can I read this story? It's one of my favorites. All right, go ahead. Why? You don't want me to? I haven't been here in months. Can I just read? Hurry up. No, I don't want to do it. If you're going to be that way. Sylvia, just read. I don't want to. Then get the hell out of here. It is reported that, bastard, 15 pupils ran into your bitch. I mean, don't say that. Well, you didn't even give me a chance. I'm the best psychic that's ever lived on the planet. Now that I'm dead, I'm treated worse. Why do you sound like Saul Rosenberg? Who? Anyway, back to the show. The teachers are said to have not believed the children, carrying on with their lessons. The pupils also tried telling friends, family, and parents, but no adult would take them seriously. The best of Wales added, the next day so miffed were they by this inattention that they handed in a petition to the police demanding the incident be investigated properly. All the fuss caused the headmaster to take the UFO sightings a little more seriously than he had before. He gathered all of the children involved in the incident together and asked them to draw what they had seen. To the headmaster's surprise, all the drawings were almost identical. Identical. What movie? Come on. Identical. My cousin Vinny. Come on. The headmaster of the school at the time. All right, go ahead. Finish off. Of the sighting, thank you, Ralph Llewellyn wrote in his school journal that he was of the firm opinion that the children was indeed witnesses that couldn't be explained. That's all I wanted to do. Ugh. Current headmaster Garrett Lewis said, we get 3 or 4 phone calls every year from people all over the world, including UFO organizations, who want to come and film the area. We'll never know what happened on February 4th, 1977, but the story remains just as important for our children today as it did then. It is an integral part of Broadhaven's history, and our pupils are entitled to learn as much as they can. However, this is only the beginning. Jesus Christ, was that Satan? Another local family, the Coombs. Excuse me? The Coombs. Oh, all right. I thought you said something else. No. See? No. The Coombs, all right, who were employed at the Ripperson farm not long after the reported sighting at the primary school, said they saw 7-foot silver-suited beings with a black visor appeared outside the window. Unbelievable. And that wasn't all. They also reported UFO sightings, constant mechanical disturbances, including their car and television set repeatedly breaking down, and their freaking cows seemingly being teleported from one field to another. Reports the best of Wales. One of the other more famous incidents occurred around the Haven Fort Hotel in Little Haven. The owner of the hotel at the time, Rose Granville, claimed that she had seen a saucer-shaped UFO outside of the hotel window. The Best of Wales, explaining what Mrs. Gainville saw, said, strange humanoids wearing whitish boiler suits emerged from the UFO and walked around for a bit as if gathering something. Mrs. Granville went to fetch other residents of the hotel to show them, but found the UFO and its mysterious occupants gone by the time she returned. They are but a few of hundreds of sightings that are said to have been reported around the Broadhaven area, which forms the Broadhaven Triangle. Dun 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 dun. Hey Scooby. Hey Shooby, hey Doobie, smoke a doobie. Are we good? That Broadhaven Triangle is amazing. The sightings they had there, the witnesses that came out, the children, my God, the children. It's always important when you get the kids involved in UFO sightings to hear their stories, see their drawings, listen to the tales. It's as if you were there, reliving 5th grade all over again. My God, the beatings, the beatings! What else we got for you? Got a few minutes left? Don't you go running just yet. This you're gonna like. The UFO is following rockets. Did you hear what I just said? Rockets. And changed its direction in Gaza. Gaza! They're seeing UFOs in Gaza. Not Casablanca, Gaza. Check it out. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Let's show them what they like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Dance, dance, dance.
What's that?
President Biden's remarks. I think it was less about what he didn't say than what he did say. What he didn't say was restraint. Again, raising the specter of a possibility.
This guy's an idiot. This guy's a dummy, isn't he? That's not a UFO. That's on the camera, right? That's the camera reflecting back.
What's that?
That's what it is, you schmohawk. Watch. Watch. It's the camera. Watch when he moves the camera. The dot moves. Oh, gee, what a miracle. I don't think that's a UFO, do you? Is that an anomaly on the camera? I don't know. I don't know. That might be a UFO after all. That might be a UFO after all.
What's that?
Well, the cameraman, no, he's recording his TV. Watch. What the hell? That's not a UFO. That's just the TV cam. That's the camera. Shut off.
What's that?
Yeah, that's the camera. That's nothing. It's the camera. Ugh. I don't know how you guys dealt with kids. I don't know how you did it. I really don't. I don't know. My kid, if I had kids, they wouldn't have seen the light of day. I don't know how you do it. All right. So, Rose Cuckold, also Ross Couthart. Sorry, a little bit of phlegmazoid came up. If true means either he thinks his source may be lying to him now, or his source has no firsthand knowledge. First of all, using shonky sources and could be mistaken. And so, lucky us, we get Cuckold spouting third hand. Can you believe this shit? It's third hand information. Rose Cuckold. Unbelievable. And what else we got? It's just more. Oh, well, this comes from our good old friend who never acknowledges us. Post-disclosure world. Ryan, UFO Jesus. He says, hey, let's say hypothetical sakes that WW3 or nuclear exchange is inevitable. This would be all the more reason to disclose UFO reality now. If the world will go to shit no matter what, at least let us SOBs have a greater understanding of our universe before that happens. I agree. But you're thinking as a civilian. You're not thinking like a politician or a president or a dirty politician or a dirty president. I'm sorry, I got carried away. They think they can't lose. So if they can't lose, yeah, I know what it means to have a nuclear engagement. Everybody loses. I get it. But they don't believe or think that way, so they're not going to disclose that information before the bombs hit. But that's what I want them to do too. If that's the way it's going to be, Just give us the information and let us go on our merry way happy. I'll die happier. Can you at least give me that? A little dignity in this world? That's right. 20 years in the field. Look at me. I'm in the field. Idiots. How do you not know what a field is? What does it mean? Lee actually says, what does it mean you're in the field? Wow. I mean, talk about. Oof, man, that's what I had to deal with, all those shows, those idiots. All right, here we go. In the field. In the field.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
They are gay.
What do they mean?
They're gay.
What do they mean?
That they're gay.
Are they harbingers of world change?
No, they're gay.
These secrets in the field.
Oh, there's secrets in the field, all right.
Are they harbingers of world change?
No, they're gay.
These secrets in the field.
Oh, yeah, that's where they keep them.
Are they harbingers of world change?
No. Oh, sorry. All right, let's get on out of here. Thank you for hanging out on Saturday night here at GUFON YouTube and everywhere else in between. Can't thank you enough, moderators, super chatters. What a beautiful night. Thank you for keeping the room safe, the chat going, and people happy and smiling. Don't forget, we got some briskets left over in the commissary. And I want to say thank you to the newcomers and the veterans. Without you, there would be no me. Without me, there's just no truthology. For you. Oh, truthology. Where? For ufology. For who? You. I don't know how you do it every day, every freaking day. We'll be back on Monday. Not tomorrow. It's football Sunday. So have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your whatever you're doing. All right? Love your neighbor. Love yourself. And by golly, alien bless the shit out of this weekend.
There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies of Bigfoot, and why did it download its treasured sites in Christianity?
Warning. Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.